because I've got a Mac and the end of it's different, I have to put it through
Yeah, it's the Thunderbolt to the USB-C. So you have a
Thunderbolt. Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. So it,
Yeah, I was talking to another guy I know. I work for Dell, and we do a lot of the tech presentations. And so I was talking to another guy about these microphones, right? I've got, you can't really see it, but apparently with some of the modern microphones, if you want to have the external one, you also have to have a additional amp because the laptops on USB can't power them enough. So you sound really quiet. So there's so much to learn.
oh, and now one of the things to adapt with is we're looking at going back to hybrid meetings because we've got members who not only live a little bit out of Calgary, but we have members in New York.
Yeah, we've got one in Houston. So we're like, oh, we're going to have to figure this out.
Yeah, and then so when we are doing, but we're very fortunate because we're a corporate club, and we just have a brand new corporate sponsor, and they're talking about having us come back in, allowing us back into the building.
Is that
But
Florida?
at Fleur, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice facility too.
Yeah, and we have our meetings in their epicenter down, so it's totally set up
Yeah.
for us to do that. Unfortunately, they keep laying off and letting go of our members.
Yeah,
So,
I think I told you the story about us rebranding. I still owe you a blog post on that now that the summer's done.
well, it's
We lost the
actually
last of our corporate members from Repsol, so we basically rebooted and renamed the club.
so Vesna. This is another story for the blog, is what Darren's talking about.
Yeah, I'll write one and submit it. And actually I'm behind on my homework, Vesna, but we're gonna get ahead. I need some help tonight.
Okay, we'll do some practicing today, so we'll have hands on.
Yeah, I got some ideas that I wanted to bounce off the team, but I got stuck on a couple of things with PicMonkey that I'm sure you're going to laugh and go, okay, it's pretty easy.
Okay,
but I got stuck, so I just need a little bit of help so I can get my content in.
Hi, Twala and Andrea.
So Marcy, Darren, I'm probably the same as you. I was getting content like, how do I post this? So I don't know if it looks proper on the website what I posted. So Vesna might have to do a few adjusting there on PicMonkey, but like, okay, this looks pretty straightforward. I'm sure once I practice and do it once or twice, it'll be fine. But and no, that'll be a great blog post, Darren, for that, and then put it into our newsletter for whichever month it's closest to.
Yeah, that'd be a hoot, wouldn't it? Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, the summer, even with our club, we were finding, everybody kind of was a little bit distracted. And so it feels like we're getting back in the game. We're having some stuff kick off at the area. And I'm excited for what we're going to be doing with this group because I've kind of started seeing, my kids showed me how to sign up for Instagram. They're 11. Can you imagine? In any case, I've started seeing some of the posts come in like that are already being done. And I thought, oh, this is so cool. This will be neat to be part of.
You have no idea how cool things are, man. When you get into the social pilot and constant contact and PicMonkey and Canva, like I never heard of any of these things before until I signed up, and then Marcy was on my back. Yeah.
Well, I got to mention just before this meeting, I'm on the communications team at my church, and they're trying to look at ways we can reach more of our parishioners and everything. It's like, okay, mentioning about, well, we do scheduled posts for our thing, and how can we get more people to actually open the newsletters? And so I was sharing some ideas that we've done here in Toastmasters, our district, to use in our church. So you can use these things. I'm using skills from Toastmasters outside of Toastmasters.
That's what they call transferable skills.
That's what it's all about. See, I'm the good angel. I'm the good angel.
Well, that was the pitch, Marcy, and even in our PR session in the club officer training, the pitch was it's transferable skills. I mean, it really is.
Well, you know what, Marcy, like me and Marcy met earlier today, and she was sharing a post from District 42's Facebook page. And when she shared it in a group, it didn't post all the pictures that were there. And Lynette's picture was the only one that was missed. As soon as we were done, I go back on the post and Lynette's comment, "Am I canceled?" And I go, "Okay, Marcy put me in trouble again." Anyway, so
Okay,
Yeah, you don't want to miss Lynette.
That's
That was
the
the
other
devil.
Of
guy.
all the people.
That's
you
the
don't wanna
other
miss
guy.
Lynette.
That's not me. I'm this guy here. On this one.
you know what? I made a couple of mistakes in my posts, and Lynette and Keith, I can't remember the last name, but they were the only ones that noticed these mistakes. Actually, you know what? Keith noticed in our so in PicMonkey there was we have that graphic. What is it called? What do we call that thing? Let me just see. The graphics, like we have the brand graphic, that's what it is. And whoever made those Toastmaster International logos with District 42 misspelled district. They spelled it
Oh, Kevin did that.
distract. And I go, I was
You didn't
using the
notice.
thing and nobody noticed anything until Keith pointed out, and I go,
Oh no,
okay.
I did notice it, and I wouldn't put. Anyways, I
didn't look. I assumed it was just like
No,
done
no,
properly. Didn't look.
One of
Anyway.
the things I'll tell you, and within the group last year, we had somebody that would verify the posts before you went. So for my team, Amanda came in and she would tick off the posts and she'd go, okay. Or she would make some kind of an indication. She would proof them, and she was very detail oriented. A great asset for me because I like playing up here and just woo, 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 woo. And so having somebody on the team that can go back and be very conscious of details, like Elisa Branch. I know that she has that detail. She's very good, but we bounce it back and forth off of each other.
Well, you know what I mean? It's an easy mistake, but like I just assumed it was right. I just used it. It was there in the folder, and I didn't notice it. Like I didn't. I guess I didn't look.
You know what? I got paid big bucks at one time to do this stuff. And I can remember doing $1,000 print job. And what I did, it's Hyperspace. Is it Hyperspace? I can't even remember, but it was just when we're going back online, starting to be online. Okay, this is really going to date me, but it was in the 90s. And
Hey, that's not bad. Come on now.
and I put out and I printed documents, and they were all delivered to the post office to be mailed to everybody. And it's either, I can't remember, but it went past me, it went past people in my office, it went past my graphic designer, and it went past my printer and made it all the way to the post office with a major spelling error on the back page. And so when people would phone me and I said, it's my way of verifying that people are reading what I'm putting out there.
Yeah. So, if you deliberately put something in to see if people are paying attention.
That's it. That's exactly.
See, I don't call that a mistake. I just call it a social experiment.
Yeah. It works the same way. So anyways, I think who else indicated that they'd be here tonight? Vesna, where are you at?
Okay, let me just see. Who do we have here? Okay, so Wendy's not coming. Christina's not coming. And I think that's it.
8. And we've got, and Irma won't be coming, and then we've lost the one other. So we're right on.
Well, Irma's the one that can't be part of the team anymore, so.
Okay,
Oh.
and Sid Sid is away, but I did get a message from Ron saying, "Oh, she's going to want to be there." So we may have filled that other seat. So that's
Okay.
great. So the show's yours, Vesna.
Okay, so do we want to start with introductions again, quick ones? Have you done anything this summer? Let's put it that way. Tell us your name, tell us your club, and whatever position you're taking in your club. Now let's start with, I know most of you, but let's start with Darren.
Hi, everyone. I'm Darren Head. I'm the president for Great Expectations Toastmasters. And it's been a good summer. We got away a couple of times to Northern Saskatchewan. And one of the trips we actually tried working remotely from a cabin up there, and it didn't go too badly. So no complaints here. I've done a little bit of research with what we're doing here with content creators since I got back. I've got a lot of questions tonight, but I'm also super excited to get putting some content out with you guys.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Darren. Let's go to Marcy. Everybody knows Marcy, but let's hear from her.
Hi, I'm Marcy Field, and this year I am serving as president at Flirt Communicators, which is a great opportunity, and I'm doing a co-president job with Ruby Gunna, which is a fun opportunity when you're mentoring and working as a team, and that's tremendous. I'm also serving as Region 4's public relations manager, and that is stretching me and increasing the opportunity for me to work with PRMs. There's 9 PRMs in our region, and because I also joined a club in Region 1 and District 7, I am connected with a greater community because of that. So I love the opportunity to network within Toastmasters, and my club that I belong to in Portland is constantly stretching and increasing me with communications, and our focus there is all about public relations. And we're having our charter party next Thursday, so join us because I'm going to be the Toastmaster and we're going to celebrate.
Have you gone anywhere, done anything this summer?
Not me.
No. Okay. Thank you, Marcy. Let's go to Andrea.
Hi, everyone. Nice meeting you. I think I know the ladies in my club, the Calgary Pacesetters, Vesna and Twyla. I know Marcy from a previous Mastermind PR. Nice meeting you, Darren and Lisa. I'm the PR for this year for our Calgary Pacesetters. Looking forward to learn from you all. I enjoy doing PR and especially graphic design things. So if you see my post, they'll be a little bit artsy. I hope Toastmaster will not ban them. Love the energy around today. This summer, we are lucky enough to be able to meet in the park at the Sunshine Club. And it was the first time meeting the people in my club because for the full year, I was online. So it was nice to actually see people. And we had 2 great meetings. Looking forward for new meetings in September.
Thank you.
And back to you, Vesna.
Twyla.
All right, thank you very much. As Andrea said, I am a member of the Calgary Pacesetters Club. I actually started about 2 months after Vesna did, so we've been about the same length of time in Toastmasters, and I don't have a role in my club executive this year. I am taking on the monthly dispatch editor role with Vesna's and Marcy's assistant, so look forward to that coming out again. Our first issue should be going out at the very beginning of September. I did not go away anywhere this summer, but I worked as a summer camp leader at the Calgary Zoo. So I got to spend a lot of time with kids and being outside, and that was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to getting back into Toastmasters and seeing what this year holds for us.
Thank you, Twyla. That sounds fun, being with kids in a zoo. And Lisa.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Branch. I am the VP of PR at Fleur Communicators. It's the first time doing that, so I'm learning lots. And yeah, this summer, actually just for the last 6 months, I've been doing a business program. And so I've created my own 12-week signature program that has automations to it. So it's online, it comes with a coaching component. I'm really excited about it. Part of that was learning how to advertise and market. And so I thought, hey, VPPR, I'm doing marketing anyway, why not? So I'm hoping that they can help each other out. I've already kind of been going through PicMonkey. I had to do a master class. So yeah, I've been one of those ones that has probably been using it more for personal gain at the moment, but I will be making up for that with all the district stuff that I'll be putting out. But it's helped me become very familiar with, you know, how to find pictures, how to use templates, all of those kinds of things. I've been having fun playing with it. And for travel, I was able to go with my youngest daughter out to Ontario to visit my folks. I haven't seen them in 2 years. So it was really nice to be able to see them. And then we did a family trip to Golden, BC for a few days with my husband's mom and sister and her family. And then just this past weekend, we snuck away, my husband and I, to celebrate our 22nd anniversary. No kids. It was awesome. And school starts on Monday for one and Wednesday for the others. And it'll be good to get back into a bit of a routine, Toastmasters starting up, all that good stuff. So happy to be here.
Thank you, Lisa. That sounds good. I was planning to go to BC for my aunt's 70th surprise party, birthday party. And I was going to go on a road trip with my mom and with my daughter. So it was going to be a girl trip. Anyways, by the time the time came to go, they closed one highway because of the fires. Then they closed another highway because of the mudslide. And I'm thinking like, oh man, like, do I really want to go? And I see all these pictures and disaster being there. And it's like, and I was like, I can't trust my mother driving. My daughter doesn't drive yet. So it's going to be a long trip for me to drive. And I decided not to go. And my aunts were a little disappointed, but it is what it is. Better safe than sorry. But I've been doing some work on Dispatch, on some of these postings. I hope you guys see them on the district site or the Facebook social media and all that stuff. And I've been enjoying it. I wish my team would be a little more eager to help me out here. So I'm hoping you guys are going to get some information out tonight. Whatever you have questions, whatever worries or things that you want to learn about, we can work on that today. And what I was thinking, we can have actually hands-on training. So you guys, I'll give you a chance to open your PicMonkey and we can go through, I'll share my screen, unless Marcy wants to, no, okay. Marcy's giving me the floor. Okay, let's, so I'll share my screen and you guys can see what we're doing. Now, let's go to the front page and let me know if you guys want to speak up, if you have questions, if you have, if you want me to stop to whatever, we can do this like talking and working on it. So we can do, let's say, quote. Now I can see, like I asked for everyone to put their initials when they put these posts or images.
Do you want the initials at the front end or the back end, or does it really matter?
You know what? Maybe it would be easier if we put them on the front, because when I resize these images, I put like either LinkedIn or just kind of initials for LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. So put them up on the front. And another thing is, as you remember, I set it up the last meeting. So when you click, let's say you can, I don't know how many, I'm thinking you guys can see all these folders here on the side, the theme folders.
Yep.
Okay, and let's say we'll go through tips. We open the tips and we see whatever post you like. Now I do the resizing, so I don't know if do we need them. I'm like it's there, but let's say we'll work on this one, and just load this up. It will give me option edit image or edit copy. So I don't want to. I don't want to change anything on this one, so but I like the look of it, so we'll edit the copy. Okay, and
So quick question on that.
Yeah.
So let's say we're working on an edited copy. If we're kind of in progress and we want to save it somewhere, can we save it back to our hub? Or how, you know,
okay,
what do
so
you, how do you
see it
generate?
here? Okay,
Yeah.
see here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tip of the day title, and it says
Mhm.
copy on it.
Oh, okay.
This is where you save it. So save to hub, and like I have a bunch of folders. I don't know if you guys have all of these folders, but you might have the theme folders. So you'll
Okay.
just find, let's say, Toastmaster tips, and it will give you a subfolder. And if there's more than one folder, then you just pick which one you want.
Well,
Do you
and I'm
see it?
even thinking if you wanted to, like if you're not done with it yet, you could create a subfolder called in progress or draft and throw it in there. And then when you're done, put it in like the tip folder or whatever.
I think you, okay, Marcy, I'm gonna go back quickly so you
You're
can
on mute,
see,
Mars.
you can see here unsorted in my, on the left side under my vessel,
Yeah. Yeah, I just,
subfolders, you have unsorted. So anything that you work on, if you don't save it, it will be saved there.
oh,
Then after that, you can click on it, and you'll have on the bottom there like a little arrow in the bottom right corner, says move, and you can pick the folder that you want it moved into. So you can move it from there if you're working on it, if you're not done with it.
mhm.
Okay.
And
Can I see?
I was going to suggest I like the in progress thing, but if you've got your initials at the beginning, that will identify it as yours if we do an in progress one. Or, yeah, I was going to suggest you might just want to develop a folder that just has your name on it, Darren, and then you pop yours in there, or Lisa or me, and then you just pop them out to wherever else, because then we'll know that what's in your folder is just something you're working on.
Okay, now question for you guys. If you like in theme folders, are you able to make a theme folder? Like anybody? Or is it just me?
I'll give it a try. Right now, I'm just I'm doing a load your image. It's taking some time.
What's a pin
Okay.
folder?
Now that's the same problem I'm having, Darren. And I'm thinking
Next
of
time
writing
loading.
to PicMonkey because I can't load a copy. Even if I copy the image or an existing image, they're not loading for me unless they're one I've created from scratch.
Well, what I found is, like, I tried this morning, and that's where I've got a kind of a list of questions from this. Eventually, mine loads in if it's somebody else. Like it eventually. So now I've got it here. But what I get, what's interesting is I'll get. So I loaded the one that was, I think, in the top row when it talked. It's a quote by Confucius. So what happens when I load these ones that other people have done is I'll get a couple of messages. So one of them that I need some help with is,
Do you
have
want to
one
share
missing
it?
font.
Do you want to share your screen? And we
Oh,
can
sure. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll do that just a second here. So what you'll see is I get this. Oh, just wait, is it sharing yet?
Yeah, it's sharing.
My mouse has disappeared here. Oh, here we go. So I've got this one missing font. And so what was interesting is that I got this message. I don't know which font this is. It'll say choose replacements now or choose later. So it'll tell you Gotham Book Italic. Like, so I may not have that on my system, and maybe I need it, and maybe I can load it. But the other thing is there's some other fonts that are from the Toastmasters. They look to be from the Toastmasters brand guide. And I wondered if I need to load them on my system or in PicMonkey somehow, like with the uploads. And I just didn't know how to do that.
You know what? Any font that's brand, I guess Toastmaster brand, you can use any of them. So if you don't have Gotham, you can use something else. But
Okay.
Marcy, should they be available if you're logged in as a district team?
Okay, and this is where I'm a little bit uncertain because Lisa organized some of our stuff for us. And and I haven't done that. And also Amanda was the one who had uploaded all the fonts for us into that. If there is a what we should have is at least the 2 alternative fonts that are available to us from district. They should all be there. And I don't know if they're available. Oh, where are you getting all of these wonderful fonts from, Darren?
Well, these will be on my computer, right? But what I'm thinking is, and I was just thinking out loud in case one of you had dealt with this before, but generally speaking, from a computer perspective, you'll have local fonts, but it looks like PicMonkey won't use fonts unless you've explicitly added them. So I'm just going to see if this will work.
As long as it's a brand Toastmaster brand, that's what we want to stick with.
Correct, right? So, but
I know there's so many nice and fancy letters.
someone did a picture that we've got in our folder with Gotham font, and I can't use Gotham font, so I'm assuming Gotham font's okay. Maybe we can go back to the brand.
So
Gotham
from,
is one
from
of
what
our
I understand,
fonts.
yeah, from
And
what I understand, it's not a native PicMonkey font. So it has. This is what I had to do. I had to download it onto my machine and upload it so that I kind of had access. So even though it was listed in the brand template, if I didn't actually have it on my machine, it didn't live on PicMonkey.
Yeah.
Right.
Which would make more sense that it did, because then you'd have access to hundreds of fonts, and they do. But if you want to add something that's not native to PicMonkey, then I think every user actually has to have that font loaded on their own computer for it to show up properly.
That might be true. Like I do have all these fonts on my computer, so for me it wasn't a problem.
I do too, and so I'm gonna see if I can.
And I had them when I was PRM because Amanda had loaded it up for me onto PicMonkey. But now I find that I'm in as Marcy. I no longer have Gotham, so I have the missing font thing shows up a lot for me too.
So I'm just trying to see if I can do this from my computer.
See, to log, like I don't see an option for like to have the brand letter or fonts. I only see
We
brand
have brand
kit, and
fonts.
that brand kit. It's only logos and pathway, like those images that are in.
No, they've
With
But it's not, we have brand fonts on PicMonkey. I'm just open any quote, and if you select the text on the quote, you'll have on the left-hand side the recently used fonts, and then there is brand fonts. And it's the brand fonts of PicMonkey right now that I can have access to are Montserrat and Leto, and that's it under brand fonts. And then you have
But
other.
you should have the other ones too, Gotham and Sans Pro, whatever.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying.
Those are not, unless I think, like Lisa was saying, I have to download them for myself by myself.
Yep.
But the ones that are on PicMonkey under brand fonts are only those 2.
But is Leto a font? One of our fonts?
In the brand manual?
Honestly, I do not know. I keep to Montserrat.
I don't think it is a brand font.
It may have just snuck in there.
So Gotham, these are Gotham, it just says generally speaking, Gotham is brand font. This is the brand manual.
And then you have the free alternative.
Yeah.
Montserrat.
Yeah, and then Myriad Pro is also. So I guess what it looks like is that they're not natively in PicMonkey, but you can add them. So we
And-
might have to each do that in our own profile.
Yeah. And I think Gotham, one of the things we discovered last year is Gotham provided us some of what we as a team enjoyed using. We liked the look of the Gotham font and the options within Gotham.
Well, it's I mean, if it's related to Batman, you can't go wrong. So
Okay.
what I just did there was I loaded this to my own. I took a copy of it, but I had to replace the font because I couldn't actually find the specific Gotham font they had. And so I'm going to put that in my subfolders.
Can you click on the folder? I just want to see what do you have that, like, what's your option for folders?
Yeah. Oh, so here.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so those are the theme folders.
Yeah.
So any of these folders, you can save them into if you want, or if you want to work on them more, then you save them into your own folder.
So someone was asking if we could create folders in the team. So I just created a Darren. I think I just created a Darren
Let's see.
subfolder under quotes. Just
Well,
to
and
see.
I created a Lisa's test team folder as well.
Okay, so I see them. I
So
see.
so we do have permissions that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, okay, good. Good. If you want to separate them and then just save them in those folders and subfolders, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like what I was thinking was in terms of is if I had something that I was working on but wasn't finished yet, I didn't want to leave it out without some sort of indication that it's quite not done, or I'd keep it in my own folder until it was ready to publish, whatever. I'm flexible as long as we all are we all understand what our workflow is, I guess was my question.
So just save them. If you're done with them, save them in a proper folder, and that should be okay. Okay, Marcy.
Okay. So my other question that I had.
Okay, let me just stop you there.
Oh,
Marcy,
sure.
did you have something quick or?
So I'll talk about it later. Darren, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, Marcy.
No.
My
that's-
question in general was, I know in the Brad manual we've got, it talks about the images and photography ones that were allowed. So there's a download here, but did somebody already take the stock images and photography from TI and put them in PicMonkey in one of our folders, or do we need to import those again?
If you want these folders, those are, if you click on it, I think, yeah, you can click on the link and
Yeah.
it will take you to the Toastmaster International, and you click on that, and then you have, like, those are the ones that have like Toastmaster brand, the lecterns and all that stuff. So if you want to use, like, it doesn't matter which image you use, it's just these ones you'll have to probably download them on your computer. Because
Right.
they're not going to be in PicMonkey. They might be just generic in PicMonkey without
Should we,
the logo anywhere.
do you think we could put them in PicMonkey where we can all access them as part of our
I
shared
think you
library?
can upload them in
That would be
Um,
great, and stick them in the brand kit under.
Yeah.
graphics.
Okay, yeah, and so just because it doesn't make sense for me to go and do a whole bunch and then we find out, well, Lisa's got them all in another folder, right? And
okay.
that was one of the topics I had for tonight, was really the fonts and the photos. And the third question I had was about photos, saying, if we're not restricted to just the Toastmasters photos, where are you guys finding your photos, and kind of what are just some tips and tricks around managing them? Lisa.
I can tell you where I find them.
Okay, cool.
Actually, So the PicMonkey is awesome because it has all the stock photos you could dream of.
Hmm.
And so that's where I find them all.
But do they not have a watermark on them?
No.
Stop sharing.
Oh,
Darren, and
okay.
let Lisa-
So no, the good, because I was browsing them and they looked like they had the iStock watermark, and I'm like, well, I can't use that. So my bad.
No, they're all free to even like for my other thing. I've been downloading ones that I need. So I get beautiful images that are bright, that are clear, that don't have any watermarks on them. Like it's worth its weight in gold. Like it's amazing.
Oh, wow.
So what I do is if I'm just looking for an image, I just start with the create new and then you can choose stock photos. And then I just type in whatever it is that I'm searching for. So, maybe a cheering crowd. Okay. And actually I just did one for our club, and I found this great picture of just like a group of people sitting at a table. Anyway, I'm never going to find it now. But I was able to use it. So this will just give you like a single picture. If you are in, like if you're actually working on a project, you can add, you can add pictures to it. So if I was like working on this one here, I'll just choose this one. I'm assuming you guys can see my screen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so instead of so if you're just looking for images in general, because sometimes I'll do that, I'll just search to see what's there. So I kind of have an idea, but then from here, I can add an image and same thing, I can choose the stock photo, type in what I'm looking for, and then it'll just drop it right on the project.
Okay.
So Lisa, I've just got one hands up thing that I'd like to do here. And that's a recommendation. Lisa's been creating some great things that we could use at the district, but for our club, but because they've been created and kept within Lisa's files, I can't access any of the work that she's done. So if Lisa moved it into a shared file at the bottom, where we have our shared files. Do you have that available to you, Lisa?
Yep.
So, and if you look under shared files, there's one that says Floor Communicators there. And if you drop stuff in there, you and I will both be able to look at it and I can use all the great work you're doing if I want to promote something in a different way. And that's all I was going to share is the difference that if we keep things in our personal folders, it's great. But if we're working with another teammate that we want to have full access, is that we just put them into the shared folders, take them out of our own team folders we can all talk to. But for Lisa and I, because we're both at Floor, or Andrea, Twyla, and Vesna, because you're all at your club, the same club, then it keeps the club things in an area that's really tight for just your club to look at.
Okay, that's a great idea and reminder. So Vesna, I have a question. I just got the email from Toastmasters International announcing the new updated level 1. I was really excited. So I created a graphic for it and I just shared it with our club. I didn't know, is that a district interest or not? I don't know if you want something like that and just put District 42 on it.
I already planned it, so.
You planned it?
I am putting it in.
Lisa, I'm fishing it for you and I already posted on our club, so I like it. Sometimes you just have to repost things and I do that for, I don't know, Motivational Monday, the quotes from District 42. I repost them on our club. That makes my life easier.
Yeah.
And thank you, that looks great.
No, I do the, if I like them, I will post them and use them. So I have access to all of them. So it's, again, you know what, I'm just, I want you to see if you can go back to the brand kit now, and actually, let's do you want to refresh? Can you refresh your computer?
Yeah, or I can stop
Yeah,
sharing.
that
it.
page. No, just refresh it and just see if you're gonna get that. I just added a folder with images.
Oh, okay. Oh, like in the brand kit?
Yeah.
Do you know which kit that you chose?
Mhm. You just see what you get.
Okay, I see it here. I'm
Okay,
assuming this
there
is
you
it.
go. So you got the full fonts, and I downloaded the images, like the Toastmaster images that I had on my computer. So some of these should be able to let's see, graphics.
Yep, I
brand.
see them.
Yeah, so it's in the brand graphics too, so it should be there when you go to. Okay, so do you have any other questions, or did you want to go through with like a project? Let's say we'll do a tip, or not tip, but quote. So find a quote.
I have a question. Do you have any recommended sources?
For
Or like, can we choose, like, is it open season here? Like, can we choose whoever we find inspiring, or should we be keeping it to?
Yeah, you know what I do is I will sometimes I will search other Toastmaster clubs, other districts, other whatever, or I'll just go Google Toastmaster quotes, and I'll just pick something. And then what I'd like to do is, depending on what the quote's about, I will search the image for it. So let me just see.
So do we need to keep to like Ralph Smedley and
No.
Toastmasters?
I mean, it's anything that's with leadership, anything
Okay.
like I don't have anything like really strict.
So I can do like John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, like those are the ones that I
Anybody,
know
as long
about.
as it's something that's relatable to Toastmaster, that's what I would kind of go with.
And if we don't have someone to attribute the quote to, it's just something we've heard, that's okay as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so let me share it, and then we can. Okay, so we'll go with. Now, let me just go with this one first. This is Andreas, I think. Now, I don't know what Andrea did. Like Andrea's like really like colorful and very like design and
I
graphic.
use a template from PicMonkey. When
Did
they
you?
say add new, yes, they have template. And one day I had some time and I just looked at templates I like and I saved them on my subfolder. And then I played the colors.
Now, the
That's
only thing that I don't know how you did it, but if I want to fix something, if I notice a spelling mistake or something, I'm not able to fix it because this folder is all like together. It's grouped together. I can't ungroup it. So I'm not sure
Oh,
if it's
it looks like
because
it's
it's
an
a
image.
template. Yeah. I don't know if it's because it's a template or if you saved it or locked it somehow or something. I don't know.
Do you know what it
usually
looks
when
like? Do you know what it looks like? It looks like it's saved as a PNG file. If you look at the name at the top, it's a PNG.
It might be as just as a picture. Maybe I didn't know how to add it to the as it was.
No, this is one that I was working, let's say, on. So mine has each segment separately. So I can move it, I can change it, I can group it with anything else on it. So I'm not sure how. Actually, I think the Twyla did the same thing. So Twyla, you were making another post, and I think it was the same.
I did the one. I used one of the templates that was already there. Actually, I think it's under Toastmasters tips because that's my original one.
This is the one that.
And then I think Darren edited it. I think it was Darren or somebody edited it.
No, I worked on it. I worked on it. Same thing. See, it's It's all in one image. So,
Just
Yeah, see, like Darren was right. The way
Marcy,
I
do you
did
know
it,
what that? Do you
I
know
didn't
what?
save us.
okay. So, a quick question. Try going to the white space underneath it. No, not there. On the side, on the segments on the side, Vesna. And
Okay,
you'll notice there's a lock on that. Unlock the lock.
it won't let me. See, this one is unlocked.
It's
Oh.
not, Vesna,
Yeah.
Darren noticed, right? All those, they are like PNG, so they are images. Because they are not just moved from my folder to the course folder, they've been, first I downloaded them on my computer as an image, so as a picture, and then I added to it is as a picture. You cannot change anything on that. But now I
okay.
know I will just keep it from now on. I will just
So
keep
you're
it as
using the shortcuts here.
not necessarily. When I have so many elements, like graphic elements, sometimes I'm afraid, like I save some, I find that I design something and then I look, it says something else because I know one click. I have also a touch screen. If I touch anything, everything moves around. So, so I prefer, to group in place or save it as a picture. But from now on, I'll do it differently. So you will be able to change things as you want.
Yeah.
But
no,
if
you know what's
like
interesting
that
though?
design, I can just do it again, but in a format that it's accessible for editing.
Andrea, one of the things as we were looking at that, it looks like you can selectively lock different layers, and I wonder if those
Yeah, you
edits,
can,
these things
yeah.
that when you're doing it,
Yes, you
if
can.
you can lock the layers so that you don't have that problem, if that helps with your workflow.
I will
Here
do
you
that.
can, you can see the locks on the side.
Yeah,
They're just pictures. They're just photos, so they're images. You cannot change anything
Oh, I have
unless
two
you go on
images
top
here.
of them.
I have two different images here, so it's.
You have it's like I have three, so all of mine that are in there with the AM are images. I can easily go because I have them in my subfolder. I can.
You know what?
I
It
can
just
add them.
when you're doing it, like if you let's say you do this size, the Instagram size, or 1080, 1080.
Yeah, you cannot have it resized.
I can't
afterwards.
resize it. I can't move
Yeah,
things
got it,
around.
got
So
it.
that's
Vesna, how do you,
I'll
can you
change
show
those.
us an example of how you do a resize?
Yes,
Okay,
thank you, Darren.
okay. So this is the size, and we see the size right here.
Mm-hmm.
So 1080 times 1080. So what you do is you can do custom size, so whatever size you want to do. So what I use is Facebook, no, not the post. Let's say add and resize or copy. So it depends if I'm saving the original, I'll just copy and resize. And then I will work on the new image. Now, see that it doesn't fit. So I'll just move it around.
Do you find that everything scales nicely when you do that?
Yeah, you know what? These images are, well, it doesn't always work out. But what you can do is if you double click, you can crop these images.
I was wondering if you could do that. That's really cool.
So you double click and you'll get these little corners and pieces here. And then you just apply to whatever, and then you can move it up.
What I was wondering if I should do when I do mine is to build them on the biggest size with the text kind of in the middle, and where the other sizes, if you cropped it, you wouldn't have to change it. But this makes it a little bit more flexible.
You know what? All these have different. Like the Facebook has different size. LinkedIn has a different size.
Yeah.
Twitter has a different size. Okay, Marcy, I know two of them have the same ones, but yeah, I always, you know what? I always save them in 4 different sizes. That way, I know which way I'm going.
Are you using the Smart Resize?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say there's something there, and you can just say, I want to save this as Instagram, and it does its magic.
You know what? I'm pointing to it. See here, it says Facebook ad in the name.
Yeah.
So if let's say save it as Facebook ad, okay, this is the tips, let's say. If I go back, or actually if I want to resize it, I go to Instagram post. You know,
And so you're happy to do all the resizing?
Yeah, you know what?
If we create it as a Facebook, kind of a rectangle, and
Yeah,
then,
that way.
is that better, or what do you suggest, Marcy? I'm getting the head shake. You're
You're
muted.
muted, Marcy. You're muted.
That's not, which sizes are you using?
This one is a Facebook ad. So
Okay.
go
Now,
for it, Marcy.
Okay, two things. If you want to know your sizes for posting, and you can download this or we can share it for you, Vesna might have the file in what I did before, all the image sizes, because I created it and it'll be one of her PRM files. But we have got all the image sizes so you know the right size. Vesna and I have had some talk, and Twyla, this might happen with you too, because you're doing things that are banners on the website or in the newsletter, and they are a different size than we
Yeah.
need for posting on Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram. Those are the 4 primary sizes we use. You can also use it if you're doing PowerPoints. Those are all different sizes, and I had allocated things into the size files, the same as Vesna. But the other thing I want to tell you, to further complicate everything for everyone, you guys are getting a lot of information, is when you title it, we've been titling them very simply, and I think Vesna's probably copying in part what I did. But what I have learned very recently, in fact, just in the last few months, is that for SEO, so search engine optimization, and Darren, you might be able to add to this or not, I don't know. But what we put in the title is and we upload a photo, that the search engines can read what the title of our photo is. It cannot read any copy that we've got in the photo. However, it can read the title of the photo. Now, my understanding from the people that have talked to me is then if I put Toastmasters District 42 tip or some kind of tip about that, the search engine is able to pick up more of that information. That's what I'm doing with some of my clients now. I'm now using their full company name in the photos that I'm uploading so that there's more information that is searchable.
So Marcy, is that the file name of the photo, or is that the information that you tag the photo with when you do the upload?
I do both. I do
Okay.
kind of both. I keep it in the title because there's a long title. And if someone can show me more about tagging stuff in the photo when I go up, Darren, if you understand that.
I don't. So if you want to get together and go through how you do the upload, we could look at it together. I understand the concepts. I haven't done that work, but I understand the concepts of what you're talking about.
And so it's what I know, and I've started putting more into the title of what I'm doing that is going up. Therefore, whatever we do, and this is one of the things when you create, even if you're making these tips, perhaps, and this goes back to my early advertising days, making sure we have lots of white space. Yes, it might be burgundy, it might be yellow, it might be whatever, but it's called white space. And that's all the room that you don't have copy on when you're putting something out. But the majority of what you have to do, and Vesna, if you want to go perhaps over to our Facebook so that we can see the posts there, if you wanted to share that. Because Vesna and I went through that a bit today, and that's how we got Lynette's picture lost.
Mess up.
So now I need to talk to Lynette on Vesna's behalf, because it was me. It was whatever the system did.
And so I was thinking about this a little bit this morning because I was looking in our folder, and we have a folder of quotes that we're all using, and I thought to myself, over time, we're probably going to want to keep tabs on, you know, who, if we're doing anything for credit, we want to know who made the files, but we also probably want to know, have these been published yet, or anything like that. And I was kind of wondering, and we want to know if they're unique. So I was thinking about some ideas for mine, and I started just naming in an Excel sheet for myself. I'll paste it in the chat. But, and this is just me keeping track of stuff, but I started with quote or tip. And then I thought, well, I'll do this work for D42, but some in the time in the future, like Marcy, I might end up working with somebody else, right? So thinking in terms of that, this is work for D42. It's my initials. There might be somebody else with the initials DH. So I put all my initials in, and then I put the number of which quote it was that's unique to me, because I know I've done, you know, that many. And then I put a suffix of what the format would be. Now that probably feels, you know, like we're getting into the Dewey Decimal System for a library or that something, and it might feel overly complicated. All I was trying to think about was, in the course of a year, we as a team are going to create a lot of content. And at some point, it's going, that folder is going to get to be a little bit interesting trying to manage, to know, and maybe we'll repeat content or what have you, but being able to make sure that we can have it in a way that whoever, if it's Vesna or someone else doing posting at Vesna's, you know, away for a couple of days, keep the stuff straight. That's what I was kind of wondering about.
What might be an idea is to create a secondary file that once they're done, you could move them to used or posted.
Published.
That'd be the thing. So just, and it would just require a simple move so that you take them from here to there.
Okay.
Well, that to me, I'm simple.
I mean, I'm just thinking in terms of, as long as we collectively understand what our workflow is, that's going to be probably the most important thing. How we do it is arbitrary.
I love it. I just love I so love how everybody on this team is thinking. You guys are amazing. And different things that come forward. So Vesna, can you go to the one that we talked about today? Just here, this will even do, okay. So one of the things, okay, can you find the original post? So I think it's August. We had to go through it and look to it at August 20th or something is when it was posted. So it wasn't there. It was a post on August 20th. It wasn't under the event. We had it different.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that I noticed is the sizing of this, because I know what shows up. And because Vesna had done, I believe the 4 posts were all Instagram size, the 1080 by 1080. So here's one that's being cut off. Hit the anniversary ones too is a quick thing. Okay, so was this the one? No, this wasn't. It was the one for the training on August 24th that was the wrong size. And then it was the post with the 4 of us.
Here? No. Okay. Now, how do you see it now? Okay, let's see if I go like this, maybe.
Okay, I just scrolled down when I was sharing with you. I just scrolled.
Okay, this one here.
Okay, so now, so this was Seymour, and so she had put a lot of data here. So, but if you look here beside,
you want to share screen, Marcy? Like I don't know if I'm doing the screen.
Okay,
that you want.
Okay, I'll share then.
I don't know if I'm doing the one you want.
Okay, wait a sec.
While Marcy's pulling that up, I have a question for you, Vesna.
Okay.
Do you have a preference? Like if I'm designing something in my mind, I'm designing it once and then it's just getting resized.
Okay.
Do you have a preference in the size that I start with? Is it easier for me? Like, is it easier to design in the Facebook rectangle, and then you
Yeah,
switch it
that's
down.
probably
to
the one that's like the
1200
Instagram one's the square one, and
Yeah.
the other ones are all rectangular. So it's probably easier from rectangular image to change it to the other ones. And then for Instagram, I can do something different that includes what you have already. So rectangular Facebook ad, I think, is probably the easiest one.
Okay.
Can Marcy go?
Okay, I'm here now. I just finished doing the post that I had been working on earlier. Oh God, I love it. I don't get distracted at all, people. Never. Okay.
Oh, one more question while she's pulling that up. So for Facebook, like, are you, in a sense, only going to post rectangular pictures?
No,
Or
see,
are you mixing
some
it up
of
and
these
sometimes
are
mixing it?
square. So
Okay.
if you click on these anniversaries, I'm not gonna change them. I'm just gonna make them in one side and just share them like that. See, these other ones, the individual posts, they're all square, but the first one is, I don't know, maybe this one is the square one, but I had the rectangular as well. So you know what? If you make one size, doesn't matter which one. I'll just adapt to whatever I need it for.
Okay.
Okay. So this was one of the posts that we went, and I guess there were that.
You know what, Marcy? I deleted one that you did. So maybe that's why it's not there. Okay, this is the one.
Okay, this is part of what we looked at. Now, if here you can see she posted several pictures in this. So a couple of things here. Now, so two things, and this will work for you on your own clubs. In Facebook, only use 2 or 3 hashtags at the most. There are some old school purist Facebook people that don't believe hashtags should be used at all in Facebook. So it kind of goes back and forth. Now, this is a message to our internal audience yet. However, if you read this message and you were not, or you were wanting to appeal to someone with these people, is this message, does it have any intrigue for you? And that's where we need to start. Just like the titles of our speeches or the beginning of a speech, we need to hook people in that first 30 seconds. Now we're talking and we're being a marketer to our immediate audience. And we draw people in, and there's a way you can see, especially on Instagram, how many people have come to your post because of the hashtags. That's where hashtags really work, and it gives you back. But try and have something there that works. Now, one of the things when I was just scrolling through our feed and I looked at this and I went, this is the wrong image size.
And she can tell right away.
Yeah, because people are getting cut off.
Yeah. And this is one of my pet things when I go like, and this happens so often. Like, you would be amazed how many times this happens. That's why it's really important to use or to decide what's doing. Now, the other thing that I would just give as feedback, we've got this for the overall post, but once again, if it's a post that comes, there is nothing. Okay, so there's two things here now. So do you see the gray shadow areas on the gray, the darker gray and the darker burgundy on either edge of this?
Sort
That
of.
is, okay, it's right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the burgundy is harder to see. You can see it here at the bottom, but that'll let you know what's being cut off on your image. Okay, but the other thing too for this image, and you all may have heard when you're buying property, it's location, location, location. Your valuable property and location, if you can see my cursor circling, is
Empty.
right here. It's not this, but it's right here. And if you have nothing on your property, it is a blank piece of thing. Your search engines, nobody can optimize anything on this. Okay, so all this great information on Wendy Ireland isn't here. It is in the original post, but we don't have anything here. So when you're using multiple slides, it does work for people to do some of it. However, I think you'll find the majority of people, I don't know what your habit is. I go back in because I look at it now, but if I'm going through my feed, I just go like this. I don't look at any of this content and I miss these other two. So my personal opinion is these are great promotional pieces for extra for all of these additional items. And I would encourage in the post that if you're doing an event, add it under the event as an additional post or make it as a separate post during the day so that you're going to do 2 or 3 so people will see it. And today, Vesna, when we were working on creating the stories, it works really well in the story. But when you go back and you look at the stats on the story, there's some people, you may have noticed that they'll do 10 pictures or maybe even more when they're doing a story. And if you examine your stats, you'll see that people will only look at the first 3 or 4 items in your story. That the number of views, as the more items you have in it, they drop off. So I believe there's an optimal amount of ways to do it. And where I really like using multiple pictures and images is in the stories because people will see more of them in the story or in a reel. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even know like the hashtag thing. I just clicked on the damn hashtag and it takes me to whoever has the same name on like with the.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know what they're for, but it's okay. Now you know what I mean. I don't use this for advertisement, so it's for me. It's like it's learning, I guess.
Okay, now one other thing, if somebody on this team comes on board and starts helping Vesna with posting and using Social Pilot, or if we're posting in here, one of my recommendations is even after they're posted, is to come back in and where we tag and you can increase the reach on it. I don't know if this will work or not.
So they have to follow the page, right?
And they also have to have
Their page.
they have to they may have to have a page. So in this case, I think these guys don't. I don't know if Weekend Wordmasters do, but it is just tag them. And if you don't tag them here,
Can always tag them later.
what you can do is you could put it in here and you go, congratulations. So this was innovative. So this was Pravina. So okay, so if Pravina was here, if this was our Pravina, then you could do it. So Laurel is here. Okay, there she is.
See, I learned this today, that they put @ to tag somebody.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's actually, she'll get a notification on that, right?
Yeah, and she can leave the tag on or take it off. So I don't know if that's our Michelle Fisher or not, but if it was, right, then we could, I would have to know that it was ours that went there
Right.
before I did that. So I kind of look if it's somebody that I know, and I would put it in. And another thing, if you're working in the site, so here I have administrator rights on D42.
So you want to have your account.
Okay, so here I would do this. So I'm going to change it. So now I'm acting as myself.
Are you able to do it? I guess you can comment.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do, okay, here it is. So now it's me.
Okay.
So she'll be tagged in my post, and she'll know that I did, but I've reached out, and that's just another way of engaging, right? And increasing your reach with what you're doing.
So,
So-
Marcy, I have a question, because as I'm looking at this, as you're administering the posts for Facebook, they look like they're not these posts that, we have here, and I'm on the D42 TM's site. These look a lot narrower, more square than the posts that we've been example posts in PicMonkey that look like they're tagged for Facebook. You know what I mean?
They have the square ones for Facebook as well.
Yeah. You
So because I see, Facebook ad looks like it's
So
almost
Facebook
double
has
the
the
width.
rectangular one that I use. If you
Yeah,
use
so where
Facebook
does-
post, I think if you click on Facebook post, that's the size, that's square.
Okay, so we need to know which one we're targeting, Facebook post or Facebook ad, if we're kind of thinking about that, right?
Well, and I think that is a thing that Vesna and you can decide, because you can use both sizes. So you can use the square and you can use the rectangle. I like using the rectangle, is my preference at times to use. And it's also your event size, because you do your events and then publicize them. And I like the diversity, but this is Vesna's show now, and we can do what Vesna and her team decide to do.
You know what, whatever's easier for you guys, just, you don't need to do all the resizing. I can do that when I'm posting them. As long as you do one post, one size, I can work with that, and I don't have to
Vesna,
research and do.
I'm just going to ask you, with the multiplicity and options for the best use of your time, is it best for you to resize it all, or for them to get the experience and for them to?
If you guys have time, be my guest. I'm not gonna complain.
Okay.
So question then, if we're doing that, I'm looking at a couple of these posts. If I go to create a new post.
Okay, do you want to share your screen?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So if I go to do a new post, what I'm seeing is, like, I don't see Facebook. Am I just not looking at
Just
it?
click on create post, and then it will give you option when you open it.
Create new?
Okay,
Yeah,
now
you click on it.
Just,
and then you've got a drop down. So you've got a blank canvas. So go to
okay.
blank canvas.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is the piece I was missing. This is okay. So the ones that we generally do, Facebook ad, and then what was the smaller one?
So the
Facebook post.
Facebook ad is the one that I usually use, and Facebook post I might or not. Now today I made some Facebook story images, so that's That's another one that we could use. Instagram is the one that we use. That's 1080 by 1080.
And Marcy, you said you made a list of these already, right?
All the sizes I've got. So
I will find that. I will find that document and I'll send you that in the.
Okay, it's I made it as a PicMonkey image, so it'll be in your PicMonkey files.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Well, no, in Vesna's files, and then she can move it into a team folder. But if you're looking for it, anybody on this team, it's under D42 publication guidelines. And if you go partway down the page on the D42 website, there's a chart, a table in there. Wait a sec. Let me see if I can find it in mine and I can drop it in for everybody.
Until Marcy find out, from experience and for efficiency, I'm also using the square size because it fits, because I have the Facebook and Instagram connected, and then they will share. And when I switch, I use the same picture or post for stories, I have space to add some, I don't know, something to pop up, you know, some animations for stories. So I like the square size. I find it more efficient. And time, you know, when it comes to the time.
I guess I just do them when I need them. So what I use is that constant, not constant, but Social Pilot, and it will.
What's Social Pilot?
Here, let me show you.
Sorry for all these questions.
No, it's okay. So this is what I use to do the posts, and it's so these are scheduled to go tomorrow, or no, Friday, sorry. And these are all going Friday, and then I have one for Monday. So these are already scheduled. Now, if these are delivered. So now if I want to create a post, let's see. So I put a text in, whatever, and it will be in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. And then I add images now, depending on image. Sorry, my husband's bringing me food. So what I do is I'll just go to my image, whatever size I need for each. I have my Facebook ad, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. So I have 4 sizes that I'll use, and I'll just upload those images that I need, and then hashtag and create, or I can put it in, like I can schedule it whenever I want, or share right away, and I can use, so I can select all 4 platforms, and it will go to all 4 platforms whenever they're scheduled. So that's why I need different sizes.
Cool image guides. Yeah, thank you for that.
Okay, so Marcy, did you find? Oh, you did. Okay, guidelines. Let's save that.
Andrea?
Yeah, what I wanted to tell everyone, beside the pictures, the images that I downloaded with quotes and tips, under quotes in PicMonkey, under the quotes that everybody can see, I uploaded.
Do you want to share, Andrea, please?
Yeah, let me open it in here. Okay. Where is my Zoom? Give me a second. I've been sharing screen. Which one? This one. Can you share? Now you should see it. There is this one here, quotes and backgrounds. And if you open in here, they are like several, like 11 images, 11 posts, but only the first 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, have actually quotes on them. All the other ones are templates. So whoever wants to use it, if you like it and you want to use it, change it, adapt it, add your quote in there or audio tip, go ahead. I was just playing one day with templates. Can you see the screen?
Where did you put it?
It's under the courts. We go back. It's where the District 42 is. No, under courts. We have courts and courts again.
Oh, okay.
Under courts, there is in there, courts and backgrounds, AM. That's the one. So the
Got it.
first three are courts, and those are the ones that you can move and switch and do whatever you like with them, you know, that you can, they are not images, they are exactly the files, the folders you're talking about. And you can play with all of them. And
Okay.
if you want to use it, go ahead. If you like it, go ahead, adapt it.
Very artistic.
Well, yes. So there you go. If you want to create that and we have it,
Oh, that's awesome. Thank
just
you,
use
Andrea.
it.
Okay.
Sure, my pleasure.
This is great. I want you to go back to that though. I'm going to point out one thing that I'm just.
She's gonna give her opinion.
No,
Okay, sure.
I'm providing feedback because
No,
God,
I'm just teasing you.
My
She's
goodness,
always
my
giving me
screen-
feedback, but
share
it's
screen again.
like if she starts with, in my opinion, and I go,
Go ahead, Marcy. I can take it. I'm a big
I don't
girl.
mean to be
okay,
mean,
so
Marcy.
what I'd like, what I'm looking at is I love the work. I love what you've done here. I want you to go on the image and I want you to go to edits and resize, please, Andrea.
And add image or
No,
where?
edits, like there's a symbol on the side that is the edit symbol. Or however you do it. There's a way we can edit and it tells you to not, okay, that.
Smart resize? Because these are, it's like, there are like many of them together.
Okay,
Not
no,
sure how
but
to do.
you should just have this one here and we should be able, it's in one of the symbols on the side, probably right below the X kind of thing that I can't see very good because it's very tiny for me now.
I have share, I have download.
No, it's, okay, let me see if I can get into it. I just want to show everybody,
Okay, then let me stop sharing.
okay, I'm going to see if I can get to it. It was quotes.
Yeah, quotes and quotes again. And there is
Okay.
the quotes and backgrounds.
Quotes
AM.
and backgrounds. Okay, and I'm sharing.
Yes, in here I can edit a copy duplicate.
Okay. Oh, but this is where it doesn't load for forever and ever with me. That's why it's easier for somebody else. This is a big problem. Oh, it was fast. Okay, here it says edits here. I'm going to me, I am looking at it. Oh, it says I've got company. Somebody else is in there collaborating on this image. Do you see the little note? So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
three of us in
No.
here.
Andrea, and
Oh, in here. Okay, now I see it. Okay, those, fine. Yes, I see
So
people.
right
in
now,
That's cool.
when I looked at it, this
Mm-hmm.
to me is not a square image.
No, it's not.
Okay, and it is not the rectangle that we can use. So this, if we go to put it up, is not the right size.
Okay.
And I am unable to, maybe because I've got company. Vesna, could I get, or somebody else sign, if you guys could sign out and I could just be in there just by myself and then maybe it'll let me do it.
There I see here like print sizes.
Andrea, just get
Okay,
out of that
Andrea,
picture.
if you could come out of it, then I can just look at it and show
Just
everybody.
click on the home PicMonkey page.
Okay, thank you. So if I go here now, it shows, does everybody see where it's 1600 by 1200?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, we need, for our primary images, we need to either make them 1080 by 1080 or the 1200 by 628. Okay, and those are the most usable sizes for us in all of these things. This is wonderful work and I would love to do it, but it's going to require okay, I'm going to cancel this now and I'm going to do smart resize and let's just see what happens if I put it to Instagram, because that's where I would originally think to do. So it did regroup it like this. So now all I'm going to do is, I got to move this because it's in the wrong place. So I'm going to copy and resize. And then I'm going to edit the new image. It still doesn't look right. There it is. Okay. So
Oh, now it's
this is
Instagram.
okay. So this is the Instagram size now for what was done there. So
That's
like
cool.
this is so really there, unless you wanted to add the Toastmasters logo, I would probably add, if it's not here, I can't see because my lights are too bright.
It's not there.
Bright lights, big city. I'd add just to tag it so that we're identified for our Toastmasters. I would put the Toastmasters logo in it. But I love the quote. The only thing I wanted to draw attention to is when you're doing that, to make sure that you do it in one of the sizes that is usable for us, so that somebody isn't having to go back to do a lot of the other. I will stop sharing. It is 8 o'clock now, and I think we should finish.
Okay, Marcy, so for everyone, then I will go in and I will change it, I will try to change it, to adjust it to match, the design to match this new format that it is right now in. And then whoever wants to use it, I can try to resize it also as a Facebook ad. And if you want to use it, just go ahead and use it. But I will change that. Thank you, Marcy.
So
Okay,
that
thank you,
was,
Andrea.
Good work.
Nice.
I'm
So-
sorry.
No, I just wanted to thank you guys all. Now, is there anything else that you guys, like, is this helpful? Yeah,
This is
okay.
really good.
Okay, so you know what, you don't have to be shy, just send an email if you're not sure. I can quickly go on Zoom, show you whatever you need help with, if you want to do that. We don't have to wait for this monthly meeting. And if Wednesdays are not good, I had a few people that Wednesdays are not going to be working out. We can always switch to another day. So whatever works. I like getting together like this and just working out the kinks, and I hope it helps. Okay, go ahead, Andrea.
One question before we go. Beside quotes and tips, what else do you need help with? For, let's say, for the month of September, or October, for the next
Okay, so
August, September.
Yeah, I started the new little thing that I'm gonna use. It's called Did You Know? So those are little things that we put in. Like, I have a few already made. So I'll let you look through the folder. If you want to do something that is relatable to you as a new member, we can add that. Like, I put in like a structure of the Toastmaster, how to join Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster, how to get to that. So that's like one of the posts that I'm going to be doing maybe on Wednesday, like, because blog we don't have all the time, so I'm going to kind of add that in. That's something that you can work. Okay, Marcy?
I think that's a great one. Another project that someone can maybe help Vesna with is the contests. The fall contests are coming up.
Oh, right, yeah.
Advertising. So there's the Tall Tales contest, and that. So if somebody took on the responsibility, one person to announce the winners for the fall contest for the areas, and then division, and then district. If someone took on the responsibility for doing that, that would be a great load off of Vesna, that someone just had that. And that would be a great asset, in my opinion.
How about club anniversaries? That's one more. Like, I like to look what I have created, and if somebody can keep going, I can send the list of clubs with their anniversary dates. So,
And we just need to resize that to the right size.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I have like a slider on the website.
There's 2 sizes then.
So
yeah.
that's different size and, but if you look at the folders, if you guys wanna, so anniversary is one, awards and recognitions.
Lisa
that's,
said she'd do that, right? Awards
yeah.
and recognition.
Yeah.
I did, but I don't think I really knew what awards and recognition meant. So
Okay.
I'm happy to help out wherever. I don't
Okay,
have to-
that's so the awards are like clubs that get Smedley Awards, 7 out of 7, the Beat the Clock Awards, those kinds of things.
I had
And
the finishing pathways, that's another one.
Yeah,
That-
I thought those were good too.
yeah, so those are the ones. So those are regular, repeatable that show up in the dashboard and that we want to recognize it. But Robin Taphorn, all of those awards and recognition, she creates a list of that. So Robin
I have the
Taphorn,
Google Drive.
and she's got it there. So it just is, the template's been created. So all we need is someone to go in, duplicate that, and make those so that they can go up once a month.
Okay, yeah, that's, I can do that. And I'm not sure, I think I saw some emails. I'm not sure if I have access to that document or not.
I'll send the link to the Google Drive where
Okay.
she's updating as they come, I guess.
So from my understanding though, like, is it better to kind of just have like, what, like, here's the anniversary template and we're just gonna like update the
Just add
names?
the names and
Yeah,
change
so
the names.
Copy and
consistency is better.
Yeah,
Okay,
And so it's just copy, create the new document. And if you do that, there are 2 sizes for it. One is well, there's actually 3 sizes because you can put it on Instagram. You can put it on the LinkedIn, Facebook, which is the same size. And
I created the subfolders for the anniversaries. So you have Facebook.
Yeah, I
posts,
saw that.
Instagram. Yeah.
yeah, so and then the slider for on the website, which I'm so excited. It's something I wanted to do last year and didn't get done. So I'm just for 2 years. It's been an idea, and Vesna made it happen. Congratulations. I just am very happy. Great PRM.
And we have templates for all of those, right? For anniversary.
You know what? Just click on one and copy, like use or edit the copy. That's what
Okay.
I'm looking for.
But-
So don't edit the original. Just edit copy and then just change the names.
Do you want to put like the like a date or something as we continue to do these so that you'd see them sorted or you'd know which one was for this week or this month, or is that
You know
something?
what? Once we're done with the whole, let's say the anniversary here, I'll show you what it looks like. Once we're done with the anniversary for all the clubs in district, the only thing we have to do is change. Like I can set them up in like, so I have August, May, whatever, September. So I kind of have them by month. I can always create subfolders and add them into folders where they're
Okay.
supposed to be. And then we just change the number of the year, like every year. So it's or if somebody wants to buy. Now, what I did was for our club, I used the picture from our meeting. Now, if I could get the pictures of other people's members, that would be even better. But again, it's the like if people are okay to post their pictures and all that stuff, that's a little more
And
work.
this is the slider size, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and have you redone it to the LinkedIn size yet?
Yep. So if so, you have the folders: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I don't have it. Okay, I guess.
Okay,
I'll have
and
to
do
work
you
on
have
that.
and what is the Instagram size of that look like?
I don't know. I guess I didn't save them all. I have them on my computer. I didn't save them. So when I was working on them, I did not save them into the hub. I saved them on my computer. But
I like that effect that you did with the blue into the red. That's kind of interesting.
Just
Yeah.
the shape.
And the
That's cool.
gradient as well. Oh, that's a gradient in there.
I have some playing through. So Vesna, I'm going to do some playing with this week, and this has been really good.
Okay.
And I will put up my hand for some more volunteer stuff. I just,
Okay.
I need a chance to just play, and then, but this looks like a lot of fun. And it doesn't
You
look
know
like
what?
it's too
I
bad
will
for
send a
everybody.
list. I will
Yeah.
send a list of things that you can work on,
Yeah.
and that way it's not all on me.
No, that's the idea, right? So I've got a
Yeah.
couple of quotes and tips in mind, and then, you know, to kind of get the feel for it, and then let's
If
get
you,
into
if
it.
you have anything that people should know as new members, let's say, did you know, or do you, like, whatever. If you think there's a question that people would like to know, that would be always good. You
On
have
the tips,
template as well.
do you think, I mean, when I was thinking about the tips, I was thinking about categories, right? So maybe one would be, I'd have a copy, a markup that's related to evaluations. And you kind of have that in the background, evaluations, and then there's something that is the key message, or things like that. Is that something that you think, when you think of tips, would that be, do you want to go there, or?
I'll
like
let
that.
you work on it, eh? I'll let
Okay.
you work on it, and then
Darren,
we'll-
I like the idea. Just add the hashtag, you know, whatever the subcategory or tip category, it's directly on.
And
Cool.
I highly recommend, you don't have to put all of the tip into the picture, do the key points, but provide Vesna with the extra information for that valuable real estate on the side that the search engine can pick up.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that. That's something that's,
That's how I find these tips, or actually, let me see if I can find that quickly. I don't want to keep you too long. Tip of the week. Here's the page. So what I did was, okay, so District 60. So they have tip of the week. I'll use, let's say, some of these. I'll just use these on the image, but in the text on the real estate, I'll add a little more. That's from the, so it's like, I just do a little bit of research, use somebody else's work, and then add my own spin on it.
Yeah, and that's the important part when you move it over to the real estate, so that you don't, is making sure you add your own spin, changing the words up a bit, so that when all of you are posting for your clubs or your websites, that you are adding information in there. And that's great. Twyla, how are you finding it going with the newsletter? Just
Well, I have one little issue, and Vesna's already helped me out with that. So when I sent her another email, so we're going along with that. So should come out next week. Just a matter of plugging in the information. We've got the templates there that will, some of it will stay the same all year. We'll just change information. Like Lisa doing the words of recognition, we'll take that information, plug it into the spot in our newsletter. And then blog posts would be most welcome, so we can add some new information.
So there,
Every
we're
month.
waiting for your blog.
So whenever
What's
Darren
my due
gets
date?
that in, and I think
Oh, yeah,
Harvey,
September 15, how's that?
that's doable.
yeah.
Okay.
So Harvey Taphorn is doing a little tech tricks for us
Harvey's
every
Tech
month. So
Corner.
we've got, so everyone's doing some little tips. So it should be a good, hopefully a good first issue.
awesome. And Andrea had great tips at our last PR mastermind on doing LinkedIn. I have told about 4 people your LinkedIn idea, Andrea. I just thought it was absolutely brilliant for the clubs. If you have a LinkedIn page, that when one of your members has finished a path, the club can put in that that's a skill that they're accomplished in.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Isn't it brilliant?
Yeah, I like that.
And then we, as individual club members, if we see that it's really good, we can go in and we can, there's 2 things. There's the
Endorse.
recommendations and the referrals. but then we as a club member can do that to boost when we see that someone has great skill. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, well, guys, you know what? I'm not gonna keep you too much longer. I hope you guys got something out of it. Let's meet again in September, let's say, maybe after mid-September. I don't know when, we'll have to find some time because of all the contests and all that stuff. Even if it's end of the September month, we'll please work on some of your posts, and if you need help, let me know.
Will do. Good to see you, everyone.
Thank you.
You
Nice
guys.
to hear
Thank
from
I'll
you.
send
you. Have a
an
great
email
weekend,
with
Good
you.
everyone.
evening.
Bye.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.